If your child is curious, they're bright, they're asking great questions, but reading is a struggle you never expected, this video is for you. Because one of the most confusing experiences for parents is watching a smart child struggle with reading. And you think, they're clever, they understand so much, so why is reading so hard? Well, today I want to talk about why intelligence and reading skill are not the same thing, and why so many capable children struggle early on, and what this struggle actually tells us. So without cause for panic, blame, or fear. Now, many parents grow up believing a simple idea. Smart kids learn to read easily. They'll pick it up quick. So when reading doesn't come easily, the conclusion feels obvious and painful. Maybe my child isn't as capable as I thought. Now, this belief is deeply misleading. Reading is not a natural human skill. We're not hardwired for it. Now, speaking, walking, that's the stuff that comes easy. Reading, on the other hand, is an acquired skill that needs to be explicitly taught. So when a child struggles to read, it is not a reflection of intelligence. It is a reflection of how they're navigating this concept right now. Now, to read a single word, the brain must visually identify symbols, connect those symbols to sounds, hold sounds in the correct order, blend them, derive meaning, and monitor accuracy. Now, that is a cognitive workout, to say the least. Not to mention that these processes depend heavily on skills like phonological awareness, working memory, processing speed, and attention regulation. Now, a child can be extremely bright, curious, verbal, imaginative, and still find these processes difficult. Now, this is why reading struggles often surprise parents. The struggle doesn't surface either until they're required to start reading. Now, interestingly, some smart children struggle more with reading early on. Why? Because they're proficiently good at compensating. They guess based on context, memorize words, sentences, and in some cases, whole books. Now, just to be clear, I'm talking about preschool level books, not the complete works of Shakespeare. They may also heavily rely on the artwork, drawing clues from pictures, and use language skills and patterns of speech to fill in the gaps. Now, when you pause to think about it, that's pretty impressive. But on the outside, it can look like reading, but why the sudden disconnect? Where did this brick wall come from? Well, quite simply, the underlying issue in most cases is that their decoding skills haven't fully developed. See, these children can coast for an impressive mile or two until sooner or later they appear to hit a wall. And not because they lost an ability along the way, but because those amazing compensation strategies could not carry them any further. When reading is hard for a smart child, adults often misinterpret the struggle. This is where damaging assumptions are made. They think that the child is not trying, they're distracted, they're careless, they're unmotivated. Now, the child senses these disparaging observations, and they are way more intuitive than we give them credit for. They fall into the dreaded comparison trap. Now, why is this hard for me when it's easy for others? Something must be wrong with me. Well, this emotional load can become more of a hurdle than the reading difficulty itself, compounding the problem. But worry not. There is always a silver lining. Reading struggles can still provide valuable information such as proof of mastery in some key skills, and which skills need attention and support, and how the child is approaching text. Also, how reading feels on an emotional level. So we observe, we take note, and armed with all-powerful parental intuition, we have a much better chance of responding to their needs with understanding instead of feeding a pressure cooker with false assumptions and limited insights into what is really going on. So only then can we confidently expect that progress is a tangible reality that might come quicker than you ever expected. Now, reading doesn't improve because a child tries harder. It improves when instruction matches how their brain is wired, essentially how they prefer to learn. Train an intelligent child to use powerful decoding skills, and those coping strategies that are crippling their progress, they will simply melt away. Replaced with new skills, the right skills, that will take them so far along the reading journey, they'll be gobbling up books left, right, and center. Skills that will make it that much easier for you to teach with confidence. Now, I would truly I'd love to see you experience that firsthand. But in the meantime, if your child is struggling to read, please hear this. You didn't miss something. Your child isn't broken, and this is not a permanent label. It's a developmental mismatch, and mismatches can be corrected. Now, with the right support and the use of proven strategies that actually work, many of these children, even the less intelligent ones, go on to become strong, confident readers. See, when we understand how reading actually works, the unique way a child learns, we stop blaming the child. We start supporting them effectively. So where is your child at now? Knowing where they are today will better equip you to map out attainable milestones along this amazing journey. So have they fallen behind? Are they almost where they should be? Now, when we are unsure, it's very difficult to establish a starting point. Now, it would be my pleasure to help you make sense of it all and help you start this incredible endeavor on solid footing. So I created a free reading assessment for parents. It helps you understand how your child approaches reading, what's getting in the way, and what steps will help them most right now. You'll find a link in the description below. See, your success means the world to me. It's time to put the joy back into teaching your child to read. As always, stay wonderful, and I'll see you next time.